Welcome to another episode of Martech Legacy. Our topic for today is AI in B2B marketing, hype versus reality to drive more ROI. Our guest for today is Aishika Bhattacharya, who is the Global Marketing Business Partner at Sears. Aishika is a tech marketer with 8 years of experience under her belt and has a background in IT engineering and an MBA in marketing. She's an expert in content strategy, campaign management, and data driven marketing campaigns. Welcome to our show, Aishika.
Thank you, Varsha. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
All good. Thank you.
So let's start ahead with this really exciting topic. Aishika, so how do you use AI in your campaigns to personalize and improve your customer engagement?
Awesome, Varsha. Very exciting topic for today. Quite causing quite the stir in the marketing world, I would say.
Yes.
Before we begin, I would just like to say that AI has revolutionized how we do marketing today, right? Because from the time ChatGPT came into being, it was AI became the most accessible form for marketers. Having said that, what we have a lot of tools that we are using, and AI is inculcated into that as a function of the tool. For example, like when we reach out to our leads or have some do cold reach outs. Of course, content plays a very major role in that. Definitely we are using a lot of AI tools, you name it. Chat GPT is there, Gemini is there, of course, and so we are using that to effectively understand what works best, because what happens in B2B marketing is the targeting is very important,
Hmm.
because how we are talking to a C level person or a VP, or a director is quite different from how I would actually talk to a senior manager, probably a
Right.
manager, and also different functions. So our company has different lines of services. So it's like, so how I personally look at the data and analytics part of it, but then there are others who are working in AI. Some people are working for the location intelligence, etc., etc. Having
Mhm.
said that, so when we are designing the communications for the brand, it's very important that the right message is going through to the right person, and relevancy is maintained. So
Mhm.
definitely we are using a lot of these tools to improve our communications, our the way we talk. Also, we are using it to segment the audience better. We are trying to understand who is engaging with what
Mhm.
content at what point of time, and then we are trying to personalize the messages that follows after that. So yes, of course there are a lot of tools in the market that are enabling us to do it. That's where at least we are using it more in definitely 90% in content, and 10-20% in like segmentation of the audience.
Right, right. That's great. So, talking about myths, what are some of the myths related to AI in B2B marketing that you would like to debunk?
Oh yeah, absolutely. See, from the longest time, AI was considered something that is only meant for like the large enterprises with huge budgets. But in reality, especially with what I was mentioning earlier about the accessibility of AI has actually increased.
Hmm.
With that being said, like it's everybody can now access AI. It's not something
Right.
like a very specialized thing that some company will do for you, or like some of those things. So that, having said that, that's something that we have to understand, that now AI is accessible to me. The
Hmm.
misconception, of course, overall is that that AI is here to take away my job. It's
Oh,
here to replace human marketers. There's been a lot of chatter that a lot of marketing jobs are getting replaced,
yes.
and because of this, of course. But my understanding is that, see, it's not like when calculator came into being, mathematicians lost their
Hmm.
jobs. I make that analogy. Definitely the jobs would change how they look as of today, how we are doing a lot of stuff. In fact, very interestingly, I was attending a workshop the other day on Gen AI and AI, and the trend would be more of like being a more generalist, because like you cannot say that, okay, I do only content, or I
Yeah.
do only a certain section of marketing, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
the tools are here to augment a lot of those stuff for you,
Mm-hmm.
so you are expected to know a lot of things. So
Right.
from niche to generalized way of working is, I think, would come up. So I think that's very,
Mm-hmm.
till now people would be saying that there was a misconception that okay, you need to be very niche to succeed or something like that, but I think that's definitely a misconception that I would like to debunk. Second is, another myth is that some people also say this is just a trend, or this
Mm-hmm.
will be another blockchain or whatever, which is not really, people are not talking about it as much. But
Right.
I don't think so. I think that this will only continue to grow, because there are some fantastic products out there in the market. They are only going to grow from strength to strength, I feel.
Right.
So, instead of just like avoiding this, I feel like we should be inculcating more of AI and understanding how to work with it as we learn how to work with a colleague or a
Yeah.
peer. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
So we should definitely, one very interesting quote that I came across was, AI is the new electricity, and
Oh,
AI
yeah.
here is not here to replace human intelligence but augment it, right?
Makes our life easier. As a
Yeah.
marketer, it makes our life easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Because earlier, even if I had to write like something, give a sample, email, let's say, or whatever, I had to think about it, take like half an hour and do it. I
Mm-hmm.
actually right now ask ChatGPT, get like 4 5 ideas. It also
Yes.
helps me brainstorm a lot, right? So
Yes.
I find that quite interesting. Having said that, I would also say that it's not that magic pill that, will solve all your marketing challenges overnight. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to happen. So of course a lot of manual intervention, human oversight is still needed, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's balance, and it's just like, you have to learn to work with AI and know that where exactly does AI fit into your marketing journey.
So, Aishika, could you share a few case studies or examples where AI significantly boosted your marketing campaign?
I do a lot of webinars. I conduct a lot of webinars for
Mm-hmm.
the company. So what I do is, you have a topic, and the topics sometimes tend to be a bit technical in nature because, as I
Mm-hmm.
said, we are in the tech space and all. So earlier, the way we would work is, go to the teams, ask them that okay, what do you think? Can you give us a write up? And then we will polish it in marketing language or whatever, all of those stuff.
Right.
But that has changed, right? And
Right.
how I see the success right now is how much time am I able to save for me as my stakeholders, and get the stuff out in the market as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, we of course brainstorm on a few topics, and even there AI is helping us, like okay, what are the trends that are happening in, let's say, a certain industry and in a certain tech field, and then we come up with ideas. We then feed it into the system. It comes up with great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I also use it, like I was saying, that we use it for a lot of brainstorming. So we
Right.
came
Right.
up with a lot of interesting event names, webinar
Mm.
topic titles using that. So if this
Ah.
was left to only humans working on it, probably this would have taken a lot more time than it takes now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, second is then coming up with the landing page. So it's not as simple as, now you have the webinar, now you have to come up with the landing
Mm-hmm.
page copy, then you have to come up with all
Yes.
your emails or whatever, all the promotional materials that are there. So what I do is, once I'm done with the topic and everything, I just feed it into the system, and I just tell it that come up with a copy, come up with emails, come up with my LinkedIn
Mm-hmm.
messages, come up with everything. And in a matter of a few seconds, I would say that I have everything ready,
Right.
and I'm now just sitting and providing, revising it, or making sure it's in the brand language
Mm.
that we use, tone, voice,
Right.
etc. All of those things. It has so for example, like in our last webinar, we had used LinkedIn conversation ads and in-mail ads, and
Mm-hmm.
it gave us significant registrations from it. But
Oh,
uh,
wow.
yeah, but the language, how we are
Mm-hmm.
doing it, the options of conversational ads, of the flow, like
Right.
okay, I select yes, tell me more, all of those things. It we all designed it using the tool, which would have
Ah.
not that a human can't sit and do it, of course,
Mm.
we can, it would have just taken me a lot more time to do it.
Right.
And unfortunately, today's world, we don't have that luxury of the
Yeah.
time. It's like priority after priority, Varsha.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can relate.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I can just say that, oh, I'm just sitting and doing the webinar, and, because we have other priorities as well. So,
Right.
that is how we are doing it. We are also using a tool called HubSpot,
Mm-hmm.
and we use a lot of their AI features to, accelerate our go-to-market campaigns, emails, etc., writing. We take a lot of help from that. But we are very particular about the brand language. So, of course, again, doing a lot
Mm.
of human oversight over there as well.
So I know, Aishka, you have mentioned quite a few of the AI tools that you use, but if you have to list out the top a few, which ones would you recommend to, say, young marketers out there that they should be using?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are like a host of tools. There are enough and more tools. I would say that, keep using as many tools as possible, and see what is the output that you are comfortable with and working out the most for you. But having said that, with the tools that we have been using till now, I think my top recommendations definitely is ChatGPT. There's
Mm-hmm.
Gemini. These two are top, especially with GPT-4,
Right.
two are top of my list. I also use a lot of copy.ai,
Hmm.
because I feel like, in terms of language, when, we give it the commands, the output that comes is more in line with what I want.
Mm-hmm.
In copy.ai, unfortunately, it's a freemium model, and they only allow you so many prompts in the freemium model.
Yes.
But I do use it. There are very interesting tools that I completely, got to know about the other day. It was, there's a tool called suno.ai. So what happens is it comes up with a song. So if you
Okay.
want to do something interesting, like if you want to have a song about, let's say, marketing, they can
Mm-hmm.
create it.
Oh.
So there are these very interesting tools which can actually elevate the marketing game a lot. Also suggest that, people use it. I also would suggest, take this name of this tool called simplified.ai
Mm-hmm.
and Jasper, although they are paid. Although I think Simplified is, I think, still free. I'm not sure, but they have a host of things that they are doing. They are in PPT videos, all of those things. So I would say that, they are quite awesome tools. And another tool that I would mention is Predis.ai. It is a very good social media marketing tool. It comes up with a lot of content in different formats, and, gives
Mm-hmm.
a lot of nice outputs over there. So yeah, these are some of the tools. Having said that, Varsha, I would definitely say this, that it's important to identify the right tools,
Mm-hmm.
all of these and more which I
Right.
mentioned, but it's very important to know effective prompting,
Mm.
you know uh,
Yes.
so what I mean when effective prompting is, I'm also learning it, as I said. I'll
Mm-hmm.
be very honest. It's
Same with me, same with me. It
yeah,
takes some time. It takes some
it
time, but you get the hang
yeah.
of it. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I recently took a course on AI and marketing, and there I learned that, okay, I'm not prompting Chat GPT the way it's supposed to be prompted, and I think
Right.
everybody else is prompting Chat GPT the same thing.
Uh-huh.
So how do you stand out, or how do you make sure that your output is more customized to what you want? So I would definitely recommend everybody listening that, take a few minutes and learn some effective prompting, and learn the prompting world, be in the prompting world and learn what it
Mm-hmm.
is. It's quite an interesting game there. Yeah.
Right. So coming to my last question, what emerging trends in AI do you think will make the biggest impact in B2B marketing space?
Oh wow. See, like I mentioned, I think, these it will be more products. Like, more products will come into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, what used to happen is you would have one CRM, and, probably a few tools here and there to help you with certain things, right, in B2B.
Right.
But I feel that with all these tools, you'll have, more tools into the mix, like the CMO, or, the decision makers will have to figure out, like, what are the tools to bring in for the company's betterment. I feel that's
Mm-hmm.
definitely there. Hyper personalization for sure.
Yes.
I'm now seeing like people are building their own bots which can talk like themselves, and they write exactly
Oh,
in their, yeah, in the language that they can with
wow.
GPT-4 and all. So if that's accessible, I feel like you can just feed in what you want, and just use that to reach out to your top accounts in a very personalized messages that I saw you posted this on LinkedIn yesterday, and this is what I feel, and it's stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
it is very real time in that sense. um, and of course, there are a lot of chatbots, tools that are available in the market. They just no code chatbots, right? You just need to
Mm-hmm.
plug in, and it will take care of everything. So
Right.
a lot of these marketing activities which usually would take a lot of time or would be dependent on a certain other entity would just be like, marketers could, I think, just take and just plug it in whatever campaigns that they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So quite interestingly, we are also using something called a tool called Follows in our account based marketing efforts. And Follows is a very interesting tool because what you can do over there is personalize landing pages for a certain individual or a certain account basis, the actions that they have taken. Imagine AI being into this, so I can just prompt like, okay, just create a account journey for this particular account in these titles, and probably it'll come up with something. So yeah, I think the times are very interesting. Very, very interesting things coming up. I'm actually very interested to see what all will happen, and
Yeah.
how the traditional things will look going ahead. uh,
Mm-hmm.
so that's really amazing. Another thing that I want to tell about this is probably not very, of course, related to marketing, not directly, is a lot of number crunching. So
Mm-hmm.
I recently came across a tool. I think it's called Numero or something like that. What happens is you just prompt it, and it cleans up your data. It puts
Oh.
formulas, and comes up with charts, graphics, insights into the data. It's amazing. So yeah, I think content segmentation, account based marketing, and a lot
Mhm.
of number crunching, those trends are quite interesting to see.
That's great, Ashika. I'm definitely going to use your recommendation in my workspace because some of the tools that you mentioned, like Numero One, I wasn't aware of it, but I'm definitely going to use that. But this conversation was so insightful, so helpful, and I'm pretty sure our viewers will love it too. Thank you so much, Aishika, for coming on to our show. And that concludes today's episode of Martech Legacy. If you like it, definitely follow our LinkedIn channel and definitely follow Aishika. I'll be linking her account details here. And till then, you have a great weekend ahead. Until next time.